Hi, sixth graders. Hope you're doing fine. Okay, I'm going to explain the vocabulary words and read you the short story. So, in the first word is capable. So, when you are capable of doing something, you is having skill or power. I am capable of doing my homework alone. I am, especially at your age. Sometimes, if you need help, you're going to ask for help. At your age, you're capable of going to the bathroom. You don't need any more pampers. So, to be capable is to be able to do something. Sometimes you are not capable of doing something because you're too shy. So, depending on the situation, is to be able to do something. A counselor is a person who helps or gives advice. So I'll give you a short example. The teacher who was the counselor of her debate team agreed. So a counselor is going to give you advice. The person is going to tell you what is right and what you need to do. Equator is an imaginary line encircling Earth halfway between the North and South poles. We are in Honduras. We are very close to the equator. That is why it is so hot. So it's a line that separates the north from the south. So as we are in the middle of it, so it separates completely the earth. Foremost is first in importance. Her foremost skill as a debater was that she always presented good arguments. So it means that it was her best. Instead of saying her first skill, it means her foremost was her best skill. Nimbly is moving lightly or quickly. So she nimbly answered the objection of those who could not respond as quickly. So she nimbly answered. That means moving lightly or quickly. So in this case, it could be depending on the case. Again, I will repeat, she nimbly answered the objections of those who could not respond as quickly. So in this case, is that not going too fast or not too fast. She's going to respond at it. And stubbornness is the quality of not giving in or yielding. Stubbornness means when you are stubborn, you're not going to. You have something in your head, and you're not going to change what you have in mind. Her stubbornness and persistence about including good details paid off when Janice became the city champion in debate. So when you are stubborn, usually when you want something, you're going to work at it. You have this idea in your head and you're going to keep it. Okay, let's go to the short story. The short story is called The Youngest Prince. So the small village was near the equator. Remember what I said about equator. And therefore, the noonday sun was extremely hot. But the great heat did not keep the villagers from gathering in front of the home of their beloved chief. He and his counselor had ruled wisely for many years. Remember, his counselor is his person that gives him advice. Since his death, all his subjects had come to pay their respects to his family. Many of them quietly about the chief's stubbornness in dealing with their enemies. Because of his strength and perseverance, no one had dared to attack the village for many years. But what would happen to them now that their chief was gone? Would his son, who was still a young man, be as capable as his father? So, of course, when you put a younger person, in charge of something, and the other doesn't have as much experience, will he be capable of doing the job? Suddenly, the door of the chief's house opened. The young man stepped forward nimbly with his head held high. I will try to rule wisely, he said. The welfare of this village is foremost in my thoughts. Remember, it is foremost, that it means it is the most important thing in his mind. Joyfully, the people cheered for their new leader. So number one, where was the village located? So it was near where? Remember the line I explained? Who had helped the chief to rule for many years? The person that gives him advice? Why do you think the chief's stubbornness helped protect the village? He refused what? He refused to do something. What are two vocabulary words that describe the prince? There are two vocabulary words. So please analyze the vocabulary words. What kind of leader do you think the prince will be? Do you think he will be good or bad? Please, and because of what? Don't just write, yes, he will be good. You're in 6th grade. You're allowed to describe a little bit more about him. Even though he is young, he will be, do you think he will be a good leader? And that's it. So be good and read, look at the, watch the video. If you're not seeing me now, is that you didn't watch the video until the end. You need to watch the video. You need to, and if you don't understand, watch it again. Please, and you don't go and pause. Read and answer well. Some of you in the class are not paying attention quite, so I want you to do well. And that's it. So bye.